Hey, g'day folks, how you going? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then a special g'day to you. Bit of a sad day today. Packing up here in Cooper Pedy, and we start our slow drive back towards home. Cooper Pedy's as far as north as we're going, and we're basically now backtracking pretty much all the way. So yeah, a bit of a sad day because it means our trip's coming towards an end. So from here we're going to head to, we're doing an overnight stop about halfway down, a place called Lake Hart I think, and then we'll later on the next day end up in Whyalla. So sit down, grab a drink, let's see what we get up to, eh? Well, here we are after about near on 4 hours of driving, I think 3.5, 4 hours, something like that. After leaving Cooper Pedy, we pulled up at our overnight stop. We pulled up at lunchtime, or near on 1 o'clock, and stopped to have lunch, but we're going to stop here for the night. There was a caravan and a camper up there, and after we pulled up, the caravan left, and I thought, great, no worries. I moved down to another spot, and then I had lunch, and then in the meantime 2 more people showed up, had a bit of a look around, and they nicked off. Got 2 caravans, and then a couple of others came in, and I don't know, we must be scaring them away or something because they left. But now there's a mobile home, and a couple of caravans just pulled up, and looks like they're getting ready to camp for the night. So apparently that's what old people do, pull up at lunchtime, and that's where you stop for the day, and that's what we've done. But we're not in a hurry to get to where we're going to, Whyalla. So it's not as big a camp spot as I thought it was. I thought it was a bit bigger, but it may be another case of where they've put fences up to stop people from sort of spreading out a bit further. I'm just taking a walk down to this salt lake that's down here. This is called Lake Hart, and I thought I'd walk down to the salt lake, but the wife just said to me, she said, "Oh, don't cross the rower line." And I said, "What rower line?" She goes, "The rower line that's down there." I looked and I thought, oh crap, I didn't even see there was a rower line there. So that is the line that runs to Darwin, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see when I get down there whether there is a way of getting across it without getting run over for starters, but they might have a walkway across it, because as you can see where I'm walking down, although this is probably people been driving down here too, but I was going to say it's a good clear path coming down here, so they might have some way of getting across to be able to get to the lake. But no water in it. But yeah, I think after today I'll be back into long pants and shoes again, because by the time we get down to Whyalla, I think it's going to be pretty cold down there again. I mean, we got 27 degrees here today, so it's a really nice temperature. The sun's got a bit of a bite to it, but other than that, it's yeah, not bad. But I think this is the last we're going to see of this. I've seen in Perth today they're expecting rain, so over the next couple of days that's going to come across the Nullarbor probably. So that's what I think we're going to be into. So this has been an amazing trip. I have seen a lot of things I've not seen before, of course, and learnt a lot of stuff, which is what it's all about, you know. But it's just disappointing it's coming to an end, you know. About a week's time and I'll be home. Somebody's dumped an old wreck down here. I doubt that this thing drove down here on its own, and I don't think it's been stripped while it was here, so there's a fairly high chance it was brought down on a trailer and dumped. What do you reckon? Yeah, well, I'll stop dribbling and I'll come back to you in a sec when I get down to this lake, or rower line, whatever comes first. Dilemma. Go up there where it's a bit leveler, walk across the railway line. Could do the same in that direction, or there's a tunnel. Not for people, but what do you reckon? Safe enough to go through? Hate to run into a snake or something coming out the other end. I'll give it a go, eh? What's this say? War prohibited area, Commonwealth of Australia Department of Defence. This is a prohibited area used for the testing of war material. It is an offence under the Defence Act to enter the Warramul prohibited area without permission. Yeah, nobody will know. What can happen? Let's have a look. Safe enough? Yeah, we'll give it this go. Get the other side of me, a big pile of military police sitting there waiting for you. There we go. When the missus says, "Did you walk across the railway line?" I can say, "No, of course I didn't." There's some people down here with a dog as well, eh? Alright, give us a minute and we'll be down there. Pretty crunchy ground. Have a look at this. Just about as far as the eye can see. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but just on the horizon you can see a thin slither of land all the way around. She's a big lake. Anybody got any chips? Got plenty of salt for them. And for those viewers that from overseas, salt lakes like this, there's like heaps of them through the inland of Australia. This is only a small one compared to some of them. Some of them they used to race jet-powered cars on to try and get the world land speed record. So just up there is the railway line. And I think at a rough guess, on the horizon, those clouds, that's New South Wales, because they're supposed to be wet today. Most of the state's in getting wet, so I'm going to guess and say that's probably the direction of New South Wales. Alright, I'm going to get a few photos and then head back to the van, I think, and get comfortable for the afternoon. Do some editing, got to catch up on some of that. Those clouds over the back there look alright. There's a light bouncing off the salt lake back onto the clouds. We could end up with a bit of rain tonight. While we're heading back up to the campsite, let me tell you a little bit about the where we are. As I said, it's called Lake Hart. It's a proper rest stop. Not a big area, no facilities whatsoever. There is a roof shelter with one bench and toilets, and that's it. And by the looks of it, a little information roof thing, which I haven't been up to yet. I'll go up there now and have a look. And you can probably fit in, well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in there at the moment, and there'll be room for a few more, so you probably get a dozen vans in there. So yeah, there you go. As I said, when I get up there, I'll take some pictures and show you. It's getting a little bit crowded. I'll get up there and they'll all go away again because they'll see me and think, oh, I don't want to stay here next to him. Anyway, signing off for now. So I'm just sitting here uploading footage off the camera onto the computer, and we've got phone service here in this camp, so there's another good bonus for it. And I was just looking on the internet on Google Maps at where we are, and I can now see why the military are a little bit antsy about you walking off into the bush. Because on the other side of that lake, which is 20 kilometres across actually, there is a launch pad where they're launching rockets. So yeah, I can kind of understand why they don't want you to be down that way. Interesting place to sit if they were launching them. We'll have to keep an eye open, because there is some military activity going on at the moment. So we'll have to keep an eye open to see if they do shoot anything off. We should hear it from here, shouldn't we?
Regular viewers would remember a few weeks ago we went into Woomera, where the rocket base is. They had a model of a launch pad, and turns out it's the one that's on the other side of this salt lake. If you haven't seen that video, then I'll put a link at the end of this video to the playlist where you'll find that video.
Morning folks, thought I'd just do one last view of this place. This is a really good spot, dead quiet. I was almost going to say not even any birds, not even any crows, but now I can hear crows over the distance over the back there, but I don't think I heard any birds yesterday afternoon, and up until now it's the first time I've heard any birds. Apart from a little bit of noise off the road. Trains down there, you barely ever heard them, because all you hear is just a very quiet rumble as the trains went through. It's a great spot. I could spend a few days here easily. This is why we travel. Oh well, no putting it off, I suppose. Time to hit the road.
Well, after about another 4 hours drive, we've arrived back in Whyalla. I say back because we stopped here when we started this road trip to do one thing, but that didn't work out. So we're back again to have another go. We're staying in the caravan park right on the beach for the next few nights. We have heard that this park can be a little bit windy. And well, you sort of expect that when the ocean is right there. We're just hoping that for this time of the year, the wind isn't too bad. And spoiler alert, it wasn't too bad at all.
We came to Whyalla in the beginning of the trip because I wanted to do a tour of this, but we got here about 10 minutes after the tour started, so we decided we would go and come back on the way home and see if we can get it right the second time, which apparently we have.
This ship was named after the town back in 1941. The ship was the first ship to be built in the Whyalla shipyards, and when the chance came up to bring her back here, the city jumped at it. And that was no mean feat. Where she sits now is 2 kilometres from the ocean.
You know, they're not as big as you would think they would be.
I'll do a full video on the ship tour and the museum later, so if you don't want to miss that, you know what to do. If you haven't already, then hit the subscribe and the bell button below, so you get notified when a new video comes out. As for the town itself, well, it's got a population of around 22,000, and while they don't build ships here anymore, its main industry is in the steelworks. You can do a tour of the steelworks, although while researching for this video, I discovered that after a little whoopsie a few months ago, the blast furnace isn't working at the moment, but they do hope to get it back up again soon. You know, I couldn't think of a better place to finish this road trip series than here on the edge of Australia, the Great Australian Bight. This is our camp spot for tonight, and you know, there are other campsites along here with better views of the cliffs and everything, but this one should be fairly quiet. You know, it's hard to believe that 7 weeks ago we started this road trip a little bit further down that way, where we had our night on the cliff on our way to South Australia to start touring. In that time, we've seen some amazing places, learnt some amazing stuff. There's no other way to explain it or describe it, but we've seen some weird people, what some people think is fashion. Anyway, you know, we experienced Adelaide, Mount Gambier, Murray Bridge, Peterborough. The trains at Peterborough, that was pretty spectacular. Whoopina Pound, the walk in, that was amazing. And then up to Cooper Pedy and seeing life underground and how they mine the opals and that sort of thing, that was all pretty good too. You know, just the whole trip for me has just been yeah, just amazing. So I use it a lot, but it's just the word I can only think of to explain the whole thing. And it's really sad for me that the whole trip's now come to an end. But this isn't the end of the videos for this series. It's the end of the highlights part of it. But coming up in the next few weeks, I'll start with the videos of places that we've actually been, the more in-depth, full videos of places like the Adelaide prison, our trip on the paddle boat. What else did we do? The caves we went into, Wilpena Pound and Cooper Pedy, all those sort of things. There'll be full videos on that sort of area. So I'd like to thank the people who watch this series all the way through. If you subscribe to my channel while watching the series, then thank you for that. And I want to say thanks to my wife Debbie, putting up with me, getting out all the time in stops in the middle of nowhere, 15 cameras out filming and videoing and photos and all that sort of stuff. Thanks for putting up with me doing all that sort of thing. So really, there's nothing else left to say except if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe down the bottom. I'm going to leave you with just the view of the edge of Australia. See you later.